Hi folks, this is a Maya modeling tutorial on how to use polyplanes to draw out models. This works really well for swords, shields and quite complex profiled images. So things that have lots of curves, lots of detail. The way to create these best is to use a polyplane, create one half of the image and then mirror it over. So I'm going to show you a couple of tools. So this is the first part of the video. In this we're going to use polyplanes. So I'm going to create a polyplane and I'm going to rotate this. Now, quick way to rotate your objects is to, if we have the attribute editor open so you can see this in action, is to rotate this, and I want to make sure it's 90 degrees perfectly. So as I do that, you can see that it's changing this one up here. Sometimes it's an easy way to identify which rotation you need to make. So I'm going to get it there, and I'm going to change this to round it up to 90. That's going to be perfectly flat now. Okay. I want to make sure that it's grey on the front and not the black backside of it, or else that's going to be invisible in Unity. Remember, it's all about working with the correct side of your polys. And in here you can see I've got my reference image of the sword. I'm going to stretch this out so it fills my reference image, and I'm going to hit X-ray mode so I can see. Right. I'm going to kind of roughly line this up. That will do for now, I think. And all I'm doing is sort of scaling it so the faces on here are about the right size that I want, so I can texture this correctly later down the line. So that's all good. The one thing I would say is that I've not moved that off center. Okay, that's going to be really important later on. So make sure your polyplane, you've not moved it left and right, you've just moved it up or down, and that it's running right through the middle of your sword or your shield or whatever you're going to be sketching. So we're going to be using the multi-cut tool. And the multi-cut tool works in two ways. It allows you to put in edge loops by holding control, or you can draw in lines where you need them. You see how this is wanting to sort of snap to corners and create lines. So I'm going to actually use this like the path tool in Photoshop and draw one side of my object. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to click along, let go, move over to this edge, click along, let go, move down to this corner, just click, and I'm going to zoom in a bit. I always hit Z because I'm so used to using Photoshop. Alt and zoom. Let's go back to the multi-cut tool. Let's carry on where we were. So that's down here. And this time, you can see if I click and drag, left click and drag, I'm going to be able to hover inside this box and let go where I want it. So there we go, let go. And I'm here, same again, I'm going to just sort of hover there, let go. Come down here. And come down here. Oops, if you make a mistake, it's just backspace and you can carry on. So I'm going to come down, click onto, I'm just going to go to the corner there, so I'm going to kind of keep it a bit neat. Move down, go to about there, go to there. Go to here. And there we've got one side of our weapon. So once you've got a complete half, you can hit enter. Okay. And now if I just jump to the other view, you can see what I've created. So I've actually drawn out one side of my sword. Now what I'm going to do is delete all the other faces. So face mode. And I'm just going to select all this side, delete it. And then I'm going to delete all the cut off. So it's almost like sketching really. You're tracing over the lines and cutting out the bit that you want. So I'm going to get rid of all these. And you can see now that I've got roughly the shape that I want. Now obviously I can make changes to this and tweak it. So I'm just going to vertex mode, dragging this up here a little bit more. Maybe dragging all those up to kind of match it, keep it neat. Okay, and you can see on this bit how I'm sticking out a bit, so I can use the multi-cut tool again, like this now, hold down Control, and then with vertex mode I can drag over, just pull that in. You can spend a bit more time on that and get the detail that you want, but what you've got is almost like a sheet of paper. Okay, this is just the case now of right click, face mode, select all the faces and extrude. Now if you extrude this out, pull it out, you can see that we've got the start of half our shield. So all I've done there is use the multi-cut tool and a polyplane to draw that out, draw out one side of it, and the extrude tool to create one half of my shield. In the next video I'll show you how to mirror this over, and in the following video I'll show you how to apply some deformers to bend this into shape.